Yeah, welcome to First Influencers TV channel, where we talk about sports and bring you sportsmen and women from around the world and especially from the African continent. Today, we're happy to have Efe Sodje, an ex-Nigerian international with us. Been privileged for him to have accepted our invite to speak to us this evening. Mr. Efe, you are welcome. Can you please let people know you, let them hear your voice?
Good evening, Ejide. How are you? Good evening, everybody. You make it. I need my beauty sleep, and now you're making me wake up this late.
People want to know who this man is. So please, it's better you stay up for us, please.
That's it. It's okay.
So let's just dive into it straight. Tell us some
Yeah.
of the clubs you have played for now, Mr. Ife.
You want to name the clubs?
Yes, we'll start some of the clubs, just few of them.
Oh, I can't name few. I can just name all of them.
Oh, okay,
I,
go on.
okay, I played. I started from Stevenage, Macclesfield, from Macclesfield to sorry, Stevenage, Macclesfield, uh, Colchester. Sorry, Stevenage, Macclesfield. Then I went to Luton.
Oh, Luton. Okay.
Then Luton to Colchester, Colchester to Crewe to
Oh,
Huddersfield, Huddersfield to Yeovil, Yeovil to Southend, Southend to Gillingham, Gillingham to Bury. 10
wow,
clubs.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long career. That means everyone just want piece of this great man. Let's have him in our club. I wish I sometimes times like this I wish I'm a footballer too, so that I can have such an illustrious career like yourself. Oh, that's very good. So how long have you been playing for now?
Well, that it comes up to a good 20 years, 20 years. But it's not. I know people. It's 10 clubs, but the good thing about it is that for me, I was like, I want to play. I moved on to different clubs because you set yourself a target. So
Yeah.
my target was play, make sure I get achieve something, and by achieving something in the club was like winning promotion.
Okay.
So obviously I named 10 clubs, and out of the 10 clubs, I got 8 promotions. So what I was doing was when I would play, win the promotion, move on. So I was always signing a 2-year contract, which was very good for me.
Okay.
So that's why I could move on. But
Oh,
the longest clubs I played for was like Crew. I had 4 years at Crew, and Berry. I had 5 years at Berry.
oh, that's very wonderful. That's really good. So, so in other words, so it's good that once you just sign for a short period of time, not to be tied down. That's what I can get from what you just said now.
No, no, not really. It depends on you. It depends on the player and how confident you are. Because in the football, it's preferable that people start signing longer term contract. Because if you sign a 2-year contract, before you know it, under 9 months, literally you're gone. But if you sign a 4-year contract, 3 4 year contract, what you have to remember, if you're not playing for the first year, you don't play in the first year, right? You just keep on battling to try and get into the team, but you got a 4-year contract, so the clubs can't really just sign you, let you go. But if you sign a short term contract like a 2 year, one you can get injured, then
Okay.
they'll say okay, then you're out after the first year. They'll look at the
Oh,
second year, they leave you.
oh, okay. Oh,
So it's
that,
preferable. Now there's a lot of people who would like to sign a long term contract, 4 years. That's better.
okay. Because even just listen to so I think what you said really made a sense. Because listening to the news today, Aguero that left City,
Yeah,
has been on the on the bench ever since because of injury. So
yeah,
I think you really have a point. Thank you for clearing that. But
yeah.
so the next question is what competition remains evergreen, in your career as a footballer? That's competition that you can remember that can remember this. What competition is that?
Well, I played if it comes to the national side, then obviously the main two competitions that can never leave me and I will never forget was 2000, the year 2000. We played Africa Cup of Nations. Nigeria hosted it with Ghana, right? Obviously, we got to the final and we got knocked out for the finals by Cameroon
No.
by penalty shootouts. That was, I think that was one of the best, because at the end of the day, it's not we hosted it. Nigeria hosted it, so the standard of what they wanted us to have was like you have 200 million people on your back.
Wow.
So
Wow.
and not just only 200 million people, you have you're playing at home. You're in your own country, so so you can't fail. You can't fail. Our first game, our training alone was crazy. People, you get 2,000 3,000 people coming to watch our training, more even more. But our first game, from Shouting Hotel to the stadium, it was that people using their legs to follow the bus. you know, and the atmosphere was great. Everybody, but it was our first game at home, the hosting of the competition, and all of a sudden we ended 0-0. The joy and the laugh that we were going
Oh,
to the stadium, coming back. Trust me, we were like our heads were down in the bus because people were stoning us and shouting, "Ah, you guys are coming there, coming 0-0." So that was the pressure we had. But after that first game, everybody knew that okay, you know, we have to get to the finals,
oh,
and that's what happened.
I can imagine because I think I saw the match myself. The Cameroonians when they came to the backyard national stadium. So
Yeah,
you can imagine that. Okay, is that it? What just happened now? Have they won? So I can relate to what you're
and
saying. And fans, all the disappointment on their face. It's not gonna be easy for them like that. So I can share what you I can really relate to it.
it was very painful because the nation was really really behind us, but we did everything we could do. It went to penalty shootouts, and obviously Victor Cuba's goal that when hit the post and hit the ground, it was in, but they were like the ref didn't give it, so that was it really. It was
Even
crazy.
even the best player, if I can give.
Apart from that one, as I said earlier on, the two games when you play for the national side, it was that one, and then 2 years later, representing your country again and going to the play in the World Cup. That was that was just way you just the highest level you can go to. You know, so in your anybody's profession, right? That is, if you're going to be a lawyer, the highest that they want to go to will be a QC. You
Yeah,
know, and
yeah,
the doctors are high as much as doctors.
yeah.
They so
Consultants.
every field has the biggest level. If you're acting as the actor, you want to win the Grammy or the
Yeah.
Oscars. You're a singer, you want to win the Grammy. So that's how things are. So that's how the football was.
Wow, wow. I can really imagine. That's must have been very painful to yourself and even to the whole nation which you
Oh yeah, yeah.
said.
But what you have to remember again, I always say to people, there's two types of World Cup. The two World Cup is like you can go to the World Cup, be in the squad and don't play. That's one type of World Cup. You can still have that pride to say you went to the World Cup. But the main one again, you can go and you play.
Yeah, that,
So 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 so
very, yeah,
which is crazy, yeah. But for you to be in the World Cup that squad, just you're the first the best 22 that in the country that period. That's how it is. The best 22. Yeah.
thank you for that. Thank you for really dwelling very much on that. Which brings me to the next question. Have you ever considered being a manager of Super Eagles of Nigeria?
Yeah, no, yeah. Being a manager as in general, yes, right, and being to say the Super Eagles is everybody's dream. It's everybody's dream to go and play, then go into your coaching and be a manager, and just then all of a sudden you want to be a coach for your own country. And we had the two or three people from Nigeria have done that. Obviously, you look at our late Stephen Ketchy. He,
Mm-hmm.
he played, captain the country, and then he managed the country. We have Sunday Lise that
Yeah,
has done the same.
yeah,
We have my Guabon. We
yeah,
have he's played and they captain, captain the country as well, and being a manager. So it's a dream for every player to to stand out to say I play for this country and I would like to manage it, which is great. Yeah,
Oh, wow, that's very good. So every what's it called? Even the England manager was once
yeah,
a player.
Southgate. But
So that's
you see that Southgate is a nice manager because Southgate was in the squad of the 2002 World
that,
Cup when he played England, but he didn't play,
okay.
but he was in the squad.
So he's
Yeah,
had that experience. So,
yeah.
so that's really good. That's really good. So the next question is: what's your first assignment whilst playing for the Nigerian Super Eagles? What were your first assignments? Which country did you play against?
Oh, it was against Paraguay.
Wow, the South
Yeah,
Americans.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I love to. I love to road. That's QPR ground in London. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, I think I can remember that. Yeah, in here in London.
yeah, in London. Yeah,
Yes, I think I think I
yeah.
can.
That was the first game. Yeah, I mean,
Wow. So that was
I,
your
it
wow.
was my very first game. Maldini that played for AC Milan. His
Yeah.
dad was the manager then.
Oh my dear.
Yeah, yeah. So it was amazing because obviously not just they called us up to the camp. Then when you call up to the camp, it's not with that time we're about 35 players. Then they now have to pick the next 11, 18 people that will come. I was one of them, and it was just crazy. Just going on because I
That's what
came on as from the sub to play right back.
you
And
luckily have Nigerians here that came to the
oh,
to
oh,
the
oh! It was amazing. The crowd. You wouldn't have believed that was England. It was like Nigeria. The Nigeria just packed the whole stadium. You know.
wow.
Yeah, it
Wow.
was fun. So I played right back because I'm not a right back. I always played in the center defense, right? But we had the right back wasn't good. I've never played. That was my first time ever to play right back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so in the World Cup when I played right back, that was my first time to play right back. Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
brilliant. Thanks for that. So let's bring us to the next question because of course obviously you're British. So now being a British, do you how do you feel when you're being called on to come and play for the Nigerian team, the national team, the Nigerian national team? How do you feel?
Listen, I'm just vicious because of I was born here. That's all. But apart from that, my whole life was in Delta State in Warri. That's my whole life. That's how I grew up. I did all my schooling, my education, everything was all in Warri. So, you can when people say, "Oh, your business Nigerian," I look at it, I said, "I don't think so. Come on." So my parents are typical Nigerians. They're all Delta from the Igbo tribe. So I think yeah, with dual nationality, but mainly, really, to be fair. My whole life was in Nigeria.
Oh, that's brilliant. And you know, who's your of course you have a hero. Who's your best football hero in growing up years before you delve into football? Who would you consider that? Oh, I aspire to be like this person. Who was your best hero?
It's so funny. Funny enough that you asked that question. Is that when I was playing started playing in Warwick from the age of 8, right? We it's like a fielder's team. We had a fielder's team, and there's a big club in Warwick called the Firestone. And there was this player that was there. His name was Peter Unono, and the way he played was like it's like somebody's gonna have a cigar and he's playing football, enjoying himself. So that's how it was. It
Wow.
was a it was a center defender, right? And
Okay.
I watched him play, and I was thinking, I want to be like him. You know, I want to be like him. And
Oh. Okay.
after that training, I went to meet him, and he took me by the wing, right? Took me by the wing, and that was it. From that, because my middle name is Peter,
Okay.
right? And and his name is Peter. So I thought, okay, that was it. I want to be like him. I want to play like him. I started cutting. I had to walk like him. I was walking like him. But I did everything like him. But then all of a sudden, everybody in Warri just knew. So it got to the point where if they see him first, the next thing they will say is that when 5 minutes later, 5 minutes or 2 minutes later, they will see me.
Of
Right?
course.
If they see me, they will know that he's behind me, no matter how it was. And obviously, as the African kid and the Nigerian kid, we were not allowed to play football. Football was
Yes.
not, it was not in our parents' head. You know,
Yes.
if you're not a
Yes.
lawyer, not a doctor, accountant, then football, no chance. Football is like you're a roughneck. Eh? But in Nigeria, they call it Jaguda. So if you play football in Nigeria, you're a Jaguda, right? So my parents they were okay for me to play, but they never wanted me to say go to that level. So, but my first football boots that I played that I wore at the age of 19, right, was Peter that bought it for me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. The
and
man must
and
have.
and I so since that was since 1980, 81, 82,
Hmm.
right?
That's a
And we still till tomorrow we speak every day. Like sure, we speak every day. I spoke to you today anyway, so that's how it is. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's that's brilliant.
But
So
literally, apart from him, we were growing up watching the people like Stephen Ketchy and Uche Kuchuku, but
mhm,
Uche Kuchuku is the main one that I would love to meet, right?
yeah,
Because the way he played, I remember when he was in Denmark, when he was playing in Denmark,
okay,
he was the beast, and it was really, really good. But with Stephen Ketchy, lovely guy, rest in peace, he was like, he had the name, they called him the big boss.
yeah, the big
And
boss.
and and funny enough, right? When you're around him, you have that feeling to say, yeah, that name, you deserve that name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm playing the best. That's
Yeah.
that's really good. Oh, I can remember all this. I'm sure the youngsters, the young people now, just for if you're just joining us, or we're privileged enough to have Efe Sodje, ex international for Nigeria, just you know giving us answering some of the questions which our viewers have for him, and even me as a person, I've always admired this person. That this man, one day I look forward to having one-on-one chat with him like this. So please, if you're just joining us, please, this is Mr. Efe Sodje. We welcome you to this channel. So what were you telling Cristiano Ronaldo in the in the picture that I posted, you know, just for the adverts, that okay, this interview is going to hold. Or I saw, the look on your face, as if you, what is it that people want to know? That what were you telling Cristiano Ronaldo
Yeah.
then
You
after that,
know, no, I think what happened, we had we had a tackle or something like that. So obviously I got up, and the words will stay, but when you're in that high mode and everything like that, as a worry boy, we were like, you misbehave, I kill you, anyhow, but but that's football. But football goes like that, So, but it was good. It was a great game. It was a Carling Cup, Southend. So I was a player for Southend then, and it's a Carling Cup. So we beat them 1-0,
wow,
and we beat them 1-0, and it was a very, very good game, and not just being a good game. The history of the game was that we drew Man United. Southend was celebrating 100 years, so it does everything fell into place.
of
Um,
course,
Southend, the football club was sponsored by Nike, and it was so
okay,
funny. They had the club shop under a week. Under a week, they filled the club shop. It was sold out. They filled it. It was sold out
wow,
just because we were going to play Man United that week coming, right? And the squad of Man United was mental. We had Patrice Evra, we had Wes Brown, Gibson,
hmm,
PK that played for Barcelona.
now,
Then we
yeah,
had Gabriel Henze, the Argentine left back. We had Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, and Alan Smith. That was the front three. So it was a crazy game. It was very good game. It was full capacity, about 30,000 people, 13 in the stadium. But when Warrior Boys stand for back, we win game.
I'm loving this. You have a very impressive CV. You've played United, and you guys, won them during your. So it's just as good as saying, "Oh, this is um, this is a birthday gift for the club." You
Yep,
know,
yep.
so that's really so. Viewers, can you say someone from our country, Nigeria, have played United and they won United? So this is really
It's
impressive.
crazy.
I'm telling you.
But
For
we,
those
we
of
are Nigerian. The Nigerian players are. We're always going to rule the football in this world. Yeah, no matter how it is, every generation they always come out. Yeah.
that's very good. So let's we'll go to the next question. Will you allow your son, will you allow your son to follow your footsteps?
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not going to force him to do it. I won't force him. If he wants to do it, it you know, it's up to him. But I remember when he was 3 years old, right? I was taking to football. He was like, no, 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 no. So I just literally left it. Then he got to about five, and he was really interested. He was like, "Oh, Daddy, can you buy me football boots?" Okay, I'll buy football boots. And can I have this top? Yeah, I'll buy the top. It's just little minor things, but I didn't force him into it. Then all of a sudden, he's at home with me, sitting down, talking about football, literally telling me who is who, which club, and everything. Like, he's naming clubs, naming players, and I'm thinking, okay, he's interested now, right? He's
Yeah.
interested. Then all of a sudden, he wanted to play. He said, "Oh, can you look for a club for me to play?" So it was that, not me for saying, "Oh, you have to play." It was like him coming to say he wants to play football, and he's 9 now, and he's really doing very well. Um, he supports. I'm a Liverpool fan. All right, I'm a Liverpool fan. So I said to him, support Liverpool, and I dead no, he will never support Liverpool. He supports Man City.
Oh, really? City?
Yeah,
Wow.
the only reason why he supports Man City is with my nephew plays for Man City,
Oh, okay. Oh,
right? So
okay.
I have a nephew that plays for Man City, and he's on the 18, right? He plays for Man City, so obviously he looks up to my nephew. So he's always going, I always take him to the games, watch the games, and everything. But now his favorite player is Ronaldo,
Okay.
right?
You
So
like
so
that?
he supports City, but his favorite player is Ronaldo. Then all of a sudden, Ronaldo comes back to United. He's now saying he's a United fan now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, but me to say, would I like to play football? Yeah, if he can. Hey, I love him to play, and my prayer is that he will play and be better. When I mean better than me, 10, 15 times better than me. That's my
Yes.
my joy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because you that's the field you are, and you can always show him the rope, put him in the right direction. So that'll be a good thing. So is it okay to say the Sodje family, they are all into football because you just mentioned your cousin is also into
And
football.
yeah. Oh yeah. I had the other two other brothers that played. Well, yeah, two other brothers that played. Sam played for Reading, West Brom, Leeds, Charlton, Notts County, Reading. He plays for so many clubs, and then I could play for Charlton, Sheffield Wednesday, Darlington, Port Vale, Tranmere. So they all played and to the highest level, to Championship. Some played in the Premiership. So which was very good. They were young boys to me, but
Mm, mm,
they always looked up to me when I was playing, and I'm very proud of them for what they've achieved and everything like that. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's really impressive.
yeah,
That's so impressive. This question just kept coming to my head. We all heard over the news, BBC Africa yesterday that what's his name now? Samuel Eto'o, the
yeah,
Cameroon gentleman, won the election. So and is now the president of the Cameroon FA. Do you think we'll ever get to that in Nigeria, the country you represented?
It we're all Africans. We all know what it's all about. It's all about politics, right? But for me, I always say politics shouldn't be involved with football because they don't know what it takes to be a footballer. They don't know what they go through, right? It's like me coming to sit down and play football. The next minute I'm going to say I'm a doctor. What do I know about treating patients? And that's wrong. If you wanna go into the football, be the administration side. But when it comes to the level of running the football, right? Yeah, it should be a ex player because they know the impact of what it takes to be a player, what they go through, right? We have in Nigeria. I don't think anybody has been the president that has been a player that has been the president of the Nigerian Football Association. Even but like the president now, Finika Amaju, he's not a player, but he loves his football. Um, he's doing well. He has done well to most of people's expectation. He's done very well. Some people are gonna like him, some don't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's him. That's how life is,
That's a
right?
lot.
That's how life is. Some people are now saying, has he done anything good to the football? Has he moved them up higher? Yeah, there are a lot of things that he has done. And he's taking ideas from abroad, and he does listen to some players. Not some, he listens to players.
Mhm.
So we see has done, he's done a good job. He's been here for what 8 years now, his second term. But he did that, made the football okay, and at the same time he's doing it for himself, and which he's going to be in the CAF. He's a member of CAF, and
Oh,
he's a member of the council of FIFA,
that's
right?
good.
So very proud of him
Yeah.
because obviously he's a worry boy, so we have to be very
Yeah.
proud of him. You know, which is lovely for
Oh,
him to do, and why not? He can
mm,
go. Let him leave the NFF and let him move on to be the next FIFA president.
mm.
Why not?
I know.
But
Yeah.
but but back to your question, it should be a player.
Okay. Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Thank you for clearing that. Um, so tell us just a bit about the project since you are into now that you are handling presently. Are there projects that you know as an ex-bowler what are the things you're doing presently?
Oh no. Obviously, I played to the age of 46.
Wow.
Yeah, I played to the age of 46, which is fine. During that time, I did my coaching badges or my UEFA badges. I've got my licenses, and I've been a coach, been an assistant manager, been an academy coach. I've been a first team coach. So I've gone up and down to get to do as much as I can for that. Then obviously we all know how it's not easy to go and get a job in the football world,
Hmm.
especially when you're black, and we could just say what's everybody knows what's going on. Somebody would be stupid not to say, "Oh, nothing like that is happening." We all know what's going on. It's difficult for you to get into the jobs for football. It's either you must know somebody. That's how it is. But for you to say, let's sit down and say, go and do an interview, I can guarantee you, if they're going to be 10 interviews, 0% going to get one,
Hmm.
you know? So for me, what I've decided to, I just did open a consultancy company to talk to people about football in Nigeria. Anyway, I can help people out. And, it's then what I did again, I thought, it's not going to be easy to get into the football now because obviously I have managed and been scouts. I've been a scout as well. But I thought, to move away from the football side, so I started doing a course in the construction business.
Oh,
So, so I'm trying to, to learn the trade.
yeah,
You
yeah.
start on, you start on the bottom and just you move up on it. So those doing different things like that. Yeah,
Hmm. That's brilliant. So you diversified and just left what you are used to completely. Just let me
yeah.
try and just follow this line and just learn some. That's really good. That's a good one. That's a good one. So now, as a retired footballer, how is life outside football?
it, as I put it, it can be difficult and it can be easy. It all depends how what kind of mind frame you have. So you want to make it difficult for yourself, you make it difficult for yourself. You don't stress yourself out because since the COVID, I think people always take things so too serious. But when the COVID happened, now you look at life and say, you know what, don't there's no point of being really really serious about going out to struggle or go out to fight to look for money. I think money's not everything. So
No.
if your mind is really peaceful, then obviously life can be easy. So it's difficult because you have to remember. For me, I've never worked before.
Hmm.
So my work was my football,
Hmm.
right? And you have to remember, football used to be people's hobby, but
Mhm.
that was my work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was my work. So for since I was young, after my education, all I did was football, football, football. So coming out of football to now say you want to go and sit down and work for somebody and they're telling you what to do in a different
Hmm.
field, oh yeah,
Hmm.
you're gonna find it difficult,
Yeah.
because of not just working 9 to 5, because we used to play, we train, we go to training for 9 o'clock, by 2:30 we finish, you know, then go home and relax. But people think, oh yeah, okay, people think, oh, they have the money and they're enjoying their life. It's not that easy what you think it is, whether they have the money or not. You know, you can invest. You just think about it, you can have all the money you want, you can invest and do what you want to do, but you're still
Mhm.
sitting at home doing nothing.
Hmm.
you know.
Wow.
But because they have that adrenaline that why am I out? I need to go out. I need to go out, or to go and do something active. So it is hard, and that's why if you notice a lot of people now when they talk about the mental health, and look, you see a lot of players going down the drain. But people think it's they've lost money. It's not about losing their money. It's the mental fault about it. Then you get a lot of players when you see after marriage they get divorced,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
people don't know why, you know,
Hmm.
because when if you're in that life of as a player, right, what you have to remember, if you're married, right, you get up in the morning by 8:30, you go to training by 2 o'clock, you're back home, right? You have your wife there, right, with the kids, okay? So she gets up 6, 7 o'clock to get the kids ready to go to school, right? But you get
Yeah.
up earlier, later, then go. Then she has her own stuff to do. So if she's not working, she might be okay. I sit at home, mom, but she has friends because the wives go have the friends to the
Yeah. Yeah.
ex
Yeah.
players' wives. So
Players, yes,
they have
wives.
their own routine.
Yeah.
They have their own routine to do different stuff. But then when you player retire now, when you retire, you stay at home. She still has her own routine doing what they have to do, and you have the player who's thinking, why you not at home? Did it? So it can cause arguments and everything like that. Because in your
True.
mind you're thinking she should be at home and all that. So it causes different arguments and everything like that. But it's the mental thing. But it's hard, but as I said, it's easier at the same time, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. That's a new one. That's really that. It's not. It never occurred to me that that most footballers they tend to experience mental health issues because of the life outside
Yeah,
the it's something to really dwell on. And from where we are anyway, we
yeah.
don't we don't believe there is anything like mental
Mental
health.
health. That's
So I,
that,
I, I think I think that's a topic for another day,
Mm,
which we value. So we really need to have an expert in the house.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll hope that when we call upon you, we'll be able to, have the time to attend to us, and we'll talk more about mental health in the black community, which is
yeah,
the footballers. So we're gonna
yeah.
talk about that. And this takes me to the next question. Oh, can you, in one word, who is Efe Sodje? Just one word. Describe yourself. Just with one word.
Well, it's going to be 2 words, straightforward.
Wow.
I just That's me. That's me. No, it's either yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either yes or no. I don't think using the word maybe.
Okay.
I, no, there's nothing about maybe because what's maybe what you're gonna do it, or you're not gonna do it. So it's yes or no, you know. And but when I mean yes or no, is like if I'm saying no, it's not being I'm being wicked or I don't want to help, right? My no is I don't want to disappoint. So I'd rather say no.
Yeah.
So you can't, you understand me?
Yeah.
But then if I say, oh yeah, 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 then I'll do it and I'll disappoint. Or then I'll say maybe. And when I say maybe, you're going to be thinking, all right, you're waiting for me now because I said maybe. Then all of a sudden, I come back to you and say, oh, I'm really sorry, I can't do it.
Mm.
You go mad. You think, oh, what you should have told me that early on. So for me, it's like just have to be say straightforward to the point. Say, yeah, not really, But it's not that I'm being wicked. It's just that I just don't want to disappoint. That's how it is. Yeah,
That's good. So by saying no, one can always turn around and just okay, let me just do this for you.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I think I think I'll take on that too. So that's really good what you just said now. So if you're not a footballer, what career will you have opted for? What will you have done if you're not? Let's say if the soldier is not a footballer, so what do you think you are? What field will you
Uh,
have?
I'll be a king and politician. No, I'm joking. No, 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 no. No, I'll be into going to business. Just because that's what I was doing when I was in education, business finance. My diploma was in the business
Oh,
finance, and yeah,
that's
yeah,
really good. That's
yeah. So yeah, I'll go to that. No politician. No, don't want to get killed.
really so we're looking at the next finance minister now. So that
No, 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 no. No. No, I'd rather stay at home. Yeah, you don't want to go into that. Our country is fading now. Yeah.
you know, this question that's coming up next is you at some point you mentioned that you left football at 46 or you played up to 46.
Yeah.
Do you still um, keep to your diet? Because looking at this man, the man if you saw you that I'm bet now looks you look 27 maybe 27 or to 30 that I don't know. I don't know what you do. Do you still keep to your diet?
No, to be fair, I don't have a diet. For me, I never believed in it. The same thing go back mentally. I never believed in that the diet, whatever food you're going to be eating, if it's grass, I take grass, but the salad and all that. For me, that's nothing. I don't eat salad. I don't eat the carrots or. I don't eat any of that. I eat my pastas, my chicken, fish, but mainly I eat all my Nigerian food. So I eat my Gary, Pounded Jam, because I eat all that. That's
Really?
what I love. Yeah, that's my kind of food. But then you have to remember from the young age I've been always being fit. So even when even I stop, I still go running 5 miles every day after
Hmm,
work.
hmm,
So I go running 5 miles every day after work, and that's what I say is that people say, "Oh, you're not changed." Yeah, yeah. I'm just take care of myself. But at the same time, you have to remember something. I don't smoke and I don't drink.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
I've never tasted alcohol.
Never.
No.
Wow.
So maybe that can help. The
Hmm,
reason why I don't yeah, the reason I don't taste alcohol is because when I was growing up in Warri, I saw how people were drinking and they were falling into the gutter, right? And I was thinking, if that is what alcohol can do,
no, I'm
God
not.
bless you. Have a fun. I'll go and make my own fun. Yeah,
Wow, wow.
yeah.
That's very enlightening. I can just imagine some of the players that we. So even during the period that you're playing, that's
No,
you hear about players, you know, just bailing out of the camp, going to club, have a drink. So nothing like that ever happened to you.
no,
You
no, I'll better to go to club.
know?
I'll better to go, but I don't drink.
Oh, okay.
No, 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 no. No. Oh, when it comes to enjoyment, I love my enjoyment. So long as there's good music,
Okay. Okay.
and pretty ladies, I'll
Yeah.
go and enjoy myself, right? But when it comes to the alcohol, it's a no no.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is impressive. You don't look it at all.
thank you. Yeah.
Wow. So, yes, a more serious question now. What can be done to improve football in the country which you represented, Nigeria?
Wow, that's the question I had. They always say, how long is the string? Honestly, it's Nigerian football is dead. And I'm talking about the local football. It's just dead. There's nothing. When I was playing in Nigeria in the early 90s, the stadium was packed with people. People paid. People paid to come and watch. That's Nigeria. But now it's free. It's free of charge. Nobody goes.
Hmm.
Nobody goes because because what we are doing in Nigeria is just like the screaming of the Premiership and everything like that. People want to watch the Premiership instead of going to watch their local club.
Hmm.
Nobody wants to. You have to fans, Chelsea fans. At least you have people. You should have your own fans. The Ratchet Beat, the ITC. Clubs like that. Not Rangers, but there's nothing like that.
Hmm.
And why? How are we going to make the football good? It starts from upstairs. And if we have the people that are running the system of Nigerian, because Nigerian football is every club is owned by the government.
Hmm.
So if the government is not putting money into it and investing into the players, not just only the players, investing into the coaches, right? Then the football is not going to go anywhere.
Hmm.
So then what happens? People come out from outside the country to say they want to scout Nigerian players. Of course, the players can run away because the money that they pay the players, right, are not good. And if they do pay players good money, the players don't get the money because they don't pay the salaries.
Hmm.
Right? So you cannot just say you're running a football, then you let the players play, owe them what 3, 4, 5 months salary.
Hmm.
Then when they say okay, the government has given them the money to give them, they don't pay them the full 6 months they owe them. They now give them 3 months worth salary. Like, it's really really bad. So how do we change that? By changing that is by putting the right people in the right places
Hmm.
to to get the football right. People that know the football. It's not just because you know how the money is going to run. No, it's knowing the football. Bringing the grassroots, get players, to get coaches to get their coaching badges, and now go deep to coach these players. That's the
Hmm.
only way you can increase make Nigerian football good again. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time.
Yeah, I think I really understand what you said when you said people do support foreign clubs more than the local clubs.
Yeah,
I, um, I've been privileged to travel to some African countries, and the way the passion at which they follow the Premier League
it's
in
mad.
detriment of the local club
Yeah.
is it's something that all the stakeholders have to sit back on the round table and think about how can we promote football in our country. Thank you for that. It's really
So, second of it, if you go to South Africa, you go to South Africa. The way the football is there is crazy. They try they turn up.
yeah.
In Kenya, the same thing. Uh, in Angola, the way the football is, it's the same thing.
Mhm.
But the way they treat the football there is really, really good. But
Mm.
Nigeria is number one in Africa, right? The football is really, really bad. And we only have three of, well, like Caterpillars, Yimba, Ifeanyi blah, blah, blah. Is it Plateau United, with Rivers United, and Aqua United?
So
You know,
nice.
these clubs, yeah, the government is really paying the players good and making them really go high in their football. But apart from that, every other club it's done.
Hmm.
It's done.
Hmm. Wow, that's very interesting. It makes one, just think back and what can be done to
Yeah.
improve all these states, comatose which our local clubs are in our country. Would you allow your son or your daughter, let's say your daughter, to marry a footballer?
Why not?
Why I ask that question is because today you might see, you know, someone is a footballer is in Spain today, tomorrow you're in Colombia, next tomorrow so just shuttling all over, and you can't carry you can't take along your family. So it's just something that I mean, like, okay, as a
No.
footballer, would you allow if you have a daughter, would you allow your daughter to?
If it's right for the my daughter, of course, but it's not fair you putting it in a category of would you let your daughter marry a pilot?
Okay.
The pilot out every 2 days traveling. It's the same thing of the player traveling up and down. So long he provides where the roof over their head, and he comes at home and sees them, meet them. That's fine. But it's part of the game. It's just part of the game. So the players they have to go out. They go training. They go every other week. They have to travel away. They have to travel away. Christmas Christmas time for footballers, for family, not good because most of the clubs are playing away, so they have to go on the Christmas Eve to go play away.
Hmm.
So to give, for them to marry the footballer, why not? They should marry because there's no crime about it. People are always going to put them in the category to say that they love their woman, they this, they cheat, all that. It's like that. It's a bad. You're putting everybody in one egg as the player. You
Hmm.
know, so we can pick people out. Like, for example, people say doctors and lawyers they know they're very intelligent, but they're always drunk, right? Right? Then people say if you're a model, right? The model they're always gonna have sex with people. But is it true? No, it's not true.
Hey.
So when you say would they buy if it's right then it's okay, no problem. But that's how life is. How people want to take it.
Hmm. Interesting. This thing kept coming to into my memory because we've had lots of different escapades with footballers in this country. So that's why I asked that question. That having a daughter with everything we hear, you know,
I
uh,
know.
so would you want your? But thanks for clearing that. That's really good. So name your three top footballers on the continent of Africa. Just yours, just three.
Wow. Uh, whoa. Drogba, Etsu, Canon.
Wow. Which one? Camila Hall.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
I'm sure the viewers, if you're young, all those people that if your Tobore Sodje has just mentioned, those are great. Those are football greats on the African
But
continent.
I can go back. You can go back to people like Roger Miller.
Yeah,
I bet the Pele.
no, please, no, let, let's give them, let's
Then you
give
have
them,
then you have
yeah,
then you
you're
have
dragging
chief
them
then you
too
have
far.
chief Odebami. You know.
My goodness.
Yeah. Obviously
Oh,
then you have one of the best midfielders ever in the world was Henry Wosu. You know. So you go back. It's crazy.
players, those are
Yeah.
football greats
Then
that you are
then
saying.
you have obviously the
Yes,
the generation of Okocha,
yeah,
you know. The-
exactly. So
So
I'm sure
they're crazy players, yeah.
I
Africa
was having a
Africa was
chat.
blessed.
I was having a chat with a 20-year-old. Most of them don't. They or who is those are those are players. Even yourself,
Mm.
even
It's
yourself.
crazy.
Most of them don't like. I'm telling you that the crop of footballers that have emerged from the African continent that
It's mad.
think it's just what you see on here. No, we
Yeah,
have football greats.
yeah,
And
well, good. Yeah,
that's one thing that, we've been able to, you know, talk about on this channel for to promote, you know, people like yourself, like all the greats that we have. We want to talk about lots of people,
yeah,
but we want to focus more to let people know more about our great continent. So thanks for even saying this,
yeah.
for bringing me back memory lane as you're mentioning all those names. It's making it's making a what's it called on my head. So thanks for that. So name your 11 squad if you are
Oh,
chosen today that we want you to be the coach of the African, you know, that will play against the rest of the world. Africa against the rest of the world. Your
oh.
your 11-man squad. Name them.
As a Nigerian, my team will always going to be filled up with the Nigerian people because I won't lie to you. But obviously, you have Roberto Song, you have Etu, you have
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
always put Steve Kechi, you have Uche Okuchukwu,
Mhm.
Sunday Olise. So I'm going to these are the players. I know we have people like the Drogba, Bake Essien. You have great players, but
Yes.
as a Nigerian, there is no better player than my Nigerians.
So let's say you're not a Nigerian. Be neutral now. Just 11
No,
man squad.
I can never be neutral. If I was neutral, I would still be picking the Nigerian players. You know,
That,
so
that,
so I have to just you remember Mutalawa, then you have Etimesian. Can you remember
yes.
Etimesian? So
Semester.
all these players, yeah. So
Mm,
there were so many, and I was
mm,
thinking Unduka Ubade.
mm,
When he was playing as a defenders. So you get people like that thinking, wow,
mm,
Beniroa, Ruben
yeah.
Abola. You know,
Benedictine.
so there's so many. Then late Samuel Okwaji. So
Mm,
when you name these players, you won't think about any other African players.
mm,
you know,
Anyway, maybe Ajidiof of
yeah,
Ajidiof.
but our generation, but you go back.
Yes, yes,
You
that's
know,
that
we
exactly,
hey,
exactly. Just
then one of the best ever you can think about was Yakini. So come on, you know, you
thanks
know.
for that. Yeah, actually, actually,
So it's crazy.
no,
Yeah.
that's.
So
I'm
I
loving
can't
this
I can't
discussion.
really name 11.
I'm really loving this discussion that we're having because you're just mentioning all the greats, football greats. That's really good. So this question always comes up. Even now that we're even talking to you, you are still wearing um, a cover, and everybody knows you as a bandana man. Is there something? Is there a reason? Yes, that's it. Is there a reason behind you wearing there has to be cover on your head? Is there a reason?
No, we're Africans, right? And when you not when you're growing up when we grew up in the late 80s, the early 80s, 90, when your dad say come inside, you come
Yeah,
inside,
yeah,
So
yeah.
and when they say do this, there's no turning back to say why, nothing like that. So you know, and our parents they're always spiritual about all sorts of stuff and everything like that. So my mom just said, hey, she wants me to cover my head out of and I go, okay, cover your head, wear something, a scarf. So I put a scarf, and that was it, really. And that's how it came about. So I started playing football with my bandana. So
Hmm,
it was cool of my mom.
hmm. That's really
Yeah.
interesting. So it's not as if there is something you're covering, so it's just the parent thing that okay, that you should wear this, just to cover
No,
yourself.
no, 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 no. So I'm used to it for the last how many years? 20 something years and everything. So that's me. So even when I go out, I always I have something to hat, any kind of whether it's do right hat, whatever. I'm always wearing something.
Hmm, hmm. Because
Yeah.
that's when you see during your days of playing for the Super Eagles, even till when you're playing for the different England clubs, it's all you always see with that cover. So be like, oh, what is there a reason? So people are being like, when I was doing research, okay, I'm going to ask if you what is
Yeah,
that reason behind this. So that's good for clearing the hair for us. So
yeah.
now, what's your view about the foreign managers that's always been employed, you know, for nationals? Do you prefer a Nigerian manager, or would you rather stick to the
I think
manager?
when you think about it's mentally, when we think mentally thinking that they think, I'm a bit, listen, half of my family were married. Half of my family are married white people, so it's not being racist or whatever. Well,
Okay.
for my knowledge, when it comes to the football for Nigeria, yeah, okay, back in the late early '90s, when you had the foreign coaches coming in, fine, no problem. They try to make the football good, but now, why should they? Why should they come and manage Nigeria? Because they want to come and manage Nigeria. They think they're making Nigeria good. Nigeria players are making them good.
Hmm.
They're not the one that's making Nigeria good. We are making that. We players making the coaches good. You know, we
Mhm.
thank God, the recent coach has been sacked. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's gone. And he's the longest serving foreign coach. Well, longest serving manager for Nigeria. Not just foreign coach in general. You know, so the question is, how long? Why was he there that long for that long? Which was crazy. So for me, with him being sacked now is great. Let him go, because people are asking what really has he really done for the national side? He picks people left, right, and center for all sorts of places. He hasn't got a real structure. He hasn't got any tactics for what he wants to do. Right? The players we let me tell you, when he's there, the players that we have, they're unbelievable good players, but he couldn't use them.
Hmm.
He didn't know how to use them. So that's why some people are getting annoyed. Say, oh, the players are just come in, they eat money and spend, do rubbish. No, it's just that he just didn't know how to use them, and that's where the issue was, and he stayed there for that long. So now that he's being sacked, I remember before he got sacked completely yesterday, I was always been saying that he will get sacked, let him go. And they were saying, oh, we can't sack him because of the money that they're paying him. Why are they paying that big kind of money? Because he's a foreigner? Why can't they pay our indigens?
Mhm.
Well, we have players, we have coaches.
Mhm.
If you want to, they'll say, oh, our Nigerian coaches are not good enough. They're not good enough. You have to remember something. In the foreign countries, these coaches, how did they become good? It was because the football association invested in them. They invested in this coach. That's why they're that good. So if we invest in our Nigerian coaches, right? That, that's it. They'll go. For right now, they will say, "Oh, we have Oscar Bourbon. He's now the interim manager for the national side, and obviously he's going to be taking over for the African Foundation, which is great.
Mhm.
Yobo's still there, which Yobo has played, and is still the coach, which is wonderful that he's still there, learning his trade.
Mhm.
But people are complaining, why is Yobo there? Because he hasn't got his badge, he hasn't got his licenses and his badges as a coach, right? And these are our own people, our own Nigerian people that are now bashing Yobo. Somebody rang me up to say, "Well, don't you think?" Because they knew that I had my badge. They said, "Don't you think you are more qualified than Yobo? Why should Yobo be?" And I looked at them and "I said, you see what I mean? Why are you bashing him? Right? Did you when they brought Raw, what's the name, Gore in as the manager? Did you question his ability? Did you question what he has done? You didn't question it. The only reason why you guys accepted it was because it's white. That's the only reason. But they never questioned it. And the guy was saying to me, it was going on about Yobo. And I just asked him a simple question. I said, okay, let me ask you something. Yobo played in the Champions League, yeah? Yeah. He's played in the Premiership for how long? How many years? Yeah. Okay. He's got to how many World Cups? Three, four? Yes. Okay. How many caps has he made? More than 100? Yeah. Okay. that's qualified enough to be a good player and a
Yeah.
coach
Yeah.
that knows knowledge about his football?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Now let's go to the coach. Raw. What club has he played for? Has he played in the World Cup? Has he played in the Champions League? No, but the guy, the journalist was looking at me saying, "Oh no, you're going too deep." No, I'm not going too deep. I'm just saying the facts,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and those are that's the facts I'm trying to say. So we have players, we have good players that can, be Nigerian coaches. And now that they sacked him, my opinion is simple, right? Is that Sonny Olise came, he did it, he was there, had issues, right? Oh yeah, then they sack him. But on the money that he was on, right, was not even quarter of what this guy's on.
Mm-hmm.
Then when it comes to when they have Nigerian coaches, what do they pay them? They pay them naira. But the other foreign coaches they pay foreign thing. Come on, give some people some credit.
Yeah. Sure.
So now they're thinking about there's another coach from some coach, Australian coach or whatever they're thinking about to go and get, right? Why are you going to give it to him? They say with Nigeria has not got coaches. Of course we have coaches. And Munike is there. When Munike played for Barcelona, he did everything.
True.
And Munike went what country? He went to an African country to go and get them to the Africa when they qualified for African nation. He's got his own badges. All right, guess what? Give him the job.
Hmm.
Give him the job, but not just give him the job because people are saying give him the job. Give him the job, so back him up, and at the same time make sure that he's there for another 4 years
Hmm.
because the foreign coach had 6, 7 years. So give him the job, let him do his job.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
That, wow.
Everybody has an opinion,
You,
but that's mine.
you really draw deep on this question, and even because you even it's a reminder because you even said Amunike,
Yeah,
because I'm sure people now don't they've forgotten that Nigeria has one of ours that played in
it's one of the world's best clubs in the world.
I'm sure most people must have forgotten, and even this young generation can relate because the young ones they have now these are people that have or that came before Mercy.
Yeah,
So please, if we're watching, you're a youngster. This is you need to share this video. You
we
know,
had we had Benga Okonowo. He plays for Barcelona.
that's
Right back,
that,
center
that's
defender.
that's
Yeah,
true. That's true. Wow, wow.
yeah.
I don't even want this to end, but we can't hold you. I didn't even know that it's past an hour now. It's just as if we're just like
I need
five
to go to
minutes.
sleep.
Uh, thank you very much for this. I really enjoyed this interview. In fact, it's so deep, enlightening. I've been able to learn some new things, and like I
Yeah,
said, hope when next we call upon you to come and grace our channel, you'll be able to please honor our invite again. That will be nice and dwell more on
then I can
insightful.
charge. Then I can charge you people.
We can't pay. We can't pay. Well, thank you, Efe Sodje. We really
Thank you.
appreciate. Thank you for honoring us, and we hope to see you again
Thank you.
next. Thank you to all our viewers. Thank you for sharing this time with us. We want to tell you that you should please stay tuned with us. If not been able to link the page, like the page, follow the page to give you more of interesting conversations like this with all the best. So and thank you for allowing us to have the best.
No
You're one of
problem.
the best so thank you very much. So we hope to see you again. Bye to our viewers and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. Take care.